Hello and welcome back to Ending Superman's Life, episode number 239. As always, I'm Engineer John. Today on the show we have Stephen Leader back as our fill-in host, as well as Mr. Nefario and Jeff, as well as Stephen's wife June. It's a very special episode and we think you're really going to enjoy it. Remember to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes or wherever you find us, including Spotify and YouTube, and please leave a review. It really helps us out. If you want to get in touch, search Ending Superman's Life on Facebook, and you can like our page there. We're at Ending Superman on Twitter, Ending Superman's Life on Instagram, and you can email us directly at endingsupermanslife@gmail.com. Also, Jeff is at PartyTimeJeff68 on Twitter and PartyTimeJeff67 on Instagram. Now please enjoy episode 239 of Ending Superman's Life. And as always, fuck you, Superman.
Gentlemen, we've gathered for a singular purpose. With the combined efforts of myself, Supreme Leader,
Mr. Nefario,
and Jeffrey,
we shall endeavor to kill Superman!
Hi everyone, it's me again, Stephen Leader here. Sorry to disappoint all you Supreme Leader fans out there. I'm not sure if you're caught up on any of the news. He had another battle with Superman, as he's wont to do, and I guess it didn't go well. Or I mean, it's a matter of perspective. For as far as I'm concerned, it didn't go great. He got trapped in the Phantom Zone. Am I saying that right? It's what it's called?
Yep,
that's right. Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to say Twilight Zone. I knew that wasn't correct.
It's the Phantom
Zone. No, just a fantastic movie.
I love that show. It was really good. Did you ever see the? Okay, no, we'll talk about that.
I never got into the black and white stuff.
No, oh, you're missing out. I'll send you some links.
Terror at 10,000 Feet.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
It's not the title.
But no, he's not in the Twilight Zone. He's in, I guess, some kind of horrible alternate dimension. I mean, he does a lot of interdimensional stuff.
I'll tell you, the Phantom Zone is it's an interdimensional prison.
Okay, sure.
Set up by Kryptonians.
And so Superman has his own interdimension. That's interesting. And
it's really unfortunate.
It's probably illegal. I don't know if you're allowed to just imprison people.
That's right. Yeah.
But I don't know if he's an alien. So anyways, the point is he's not with us today. He did send me a communique via a drone. I don't know.
A what? Like a drone?
Like a flying robot showed up while I was gardening.
He got that out of the...
Well, no.
You got that out of the Phantom Zone?
I don't
think
so. I think
it's remotely controlled.
Yeah, it just had
his mother box enabled phone.
Yeah, it had what he called I think a full sensory projector on it, sort of like a hologram, but I could smell him. It was weird.
Oh yeah, the smell setting on his is actually pretty potent.
Yeah, the full sensory projector. Anyways, he sent me a message. It was pre-recorded. I couldn't actually interact with him, but he asked me to please cover for him. So we are not in the pocket dimension outside of time and space. We are at my home.
And it's a lovely home.
Oh,
we really appreciate you opening your home up to us.
This is amazing, actually. This is... I'm pretty sure the nicest house I've ever been to.
Oh, wow.
Jeff, that's right. You've never been here before.
Thank you.
They really do keep a lovely home, the leaders.
I like it.
You really do. It's more of like just driving up the driveway took quite a while. It's a long path.
Right, yeah.
You're set way back here. Because from the road, you're just like, is this it? It's just sort of like a pretty unassuming driveway. And then it sort of opens up into this big compound, really, of buildings and...
I enjoy the walk up the path there. It's good for my calves, good for my cardio. Try to stay as in shape as I can. So it works out. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let me know if I can get you anything. We don't have servants anymore. I was never really comfortable with that to begin with, but Mr. Nefario was here previously, and
I'm gonna have to cop to that one, guys. That was me. That was actually me.
He sneezed.
I was staying in their guest house for a few days while I was having renovations on my underground lair, and unfortunately, I discovered on that trip that I have a pretty severe copper allergy.
Now, for any new listeners out there who are just now joining us, Mr. Nefario is a supervillain, and he is made out of fire.
It's true, yeah, mostly fire.
He's from the fourth dimension, and he's composed of, I guess, fourth dimensional flame. And
I
so
think everybody knows this.
Well, I'm just trying to, unless someone
Always
maybe
nice
just
to
now joining
refresh
in with us. Yeah,
the fans
Right.
and maybe garner some new ones.
right. So he's made out of. So it does make furnishing your home for that type of guest difficult. And he did burn down our guest home. So this is actually a new guest house.
It looks new.
This isn't even our house proper. Yeah. So,
I gotta say, the stonework on the front walk is immaculate.
thank you, buddy.
I'm so glad you were able to replicate that.
Yeah, Mr. Nefario and I, for I'm sure longtime listeners know, we're good friends. Very, very close friends.
Dear pals. Yep, dear pals.
That blows me away every time. I forget it every time.
Yeah, no, we don't. I guess if you looked at us, we don't look like we'd be very, very close, but we are.
One might call us an odd couple.
Yeah, sure. He has a lot of, I guess, kidnapping children.
Some violent tendencies, yeah.
Yeah, and just kind of a lot of just general carnage. I don't really get into that so much. But
you know what? Tolerance. Tolerance is, I think, the foundation of our friendship.
yeah, no, and different strokes and all that. Sure.
Well, thanks again for stepping in. I don't know what Supreme Leaders. I mean, this is actually in a short order. He's been missing a lot of episodes.
He did miss. Well, he was. What was going on? He was trying to kill. Usually, that's what it is, right?
He was
trying
off
to kill
trying to
Superman.
kill Superman.
Also, he doesn't understand that this isn't live. I don't think
Right, that we can record this whenever.
we could just do it next week, probably
Yeah.
when
He
he's
could even
available.
call in.
But he's adamant that we stick to schedule, and I'm happy to do it. I had nothing going on. I just hope we don't get in.
really appreciate it.
Well, you
Yeah.
live life. You live sort of like a early retired life, right?
Sort. Yeah, I
You're-
guess you could call it. I do kind of have my own hours. I just hope we don't get in June's way. I don't know if you've met my wife, June, when you came
Lovely,
in.
absolutely
No, I don't think I did.
lovely woman.
Yeah, I mean, well,
Really delightful.
she might even be on a whole nother side of the house here, so I'm sure we'll be out of her way. But
Well, in the meantime, why don't we move along the episode?
sure.
So you said that you got a message
Yeah. Yes.
from Supreme Leader
Supreme
Stroh.
Leader sent me. I guess he said. So I guess this is when we normally do the "Did you kill Superman?"
Indeed,
right?
yeah.
And we do the kind of round robin. So I did not kill Superman. But as I said on the last episode, I don't really make an effort to kill him ever. So,
Sure.
I think I get a pass. Did not kill Superman. And I guess we have a clip for his answer when we come to him. So maybe we'll save him for last. So
Okay.
I didn't kill Superman. Mr. Nefario?
I did not kill Superman this week. I'll tell you, I spent most of my week a little beside myself.
Oh.
I'll tell you what happened. So last week, you all know my wife.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Have you met her, Jeff?
Well, I mean, I've heard.
You know of her.
yeah.
Yeah, he
yeah.
has a. Okay. Yeah.
So I decided that, we needed to have a little space. So I let her go, and
Wasn't she was just locked in your basement?
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, it's a dungeon, but
It is a
but
dungeon,
it's
yeah.
technically your basement, I suppose.
It's very well furnished.
Yeah, no.
I
It's
mean,
a-
it's
as
kind
far
of a
as-
stretch calling it a dungeon.
as far
like
as
that,
dungeons go,
I
yeah.
would call it a dungeon.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like a fungeon. You got
It is a fungeon. There's
you got a large
satellite TV.
You've got Wi-Fi down there.
leather
You've got,
couches.
you've got Wi-Fi and a wife down there.
It's
So,
true.
right.
It's
yeah.
true.
Right. Sure.
So she and I had been having some trouble. Her major argument was that she didn't agree to be my wife
Right,
or
sure.
live in my basement dungeon.
Sure. Yeah.
And I didn't understand where she's coming from. A lot of people, they're going to say, "Oh, typical man not listening to a woman."
Right.
But
and I get that a lot. Communication
I
is
am
key.
not.
You gotta
I
gotta
can't.
listen.
I'm not a typical man. I don't actually have ears.
That is. I didn't want to ask. I thought I might be crossing a line,
You
but I was
actually have been
very
very
curious.
polite for our entire relationship.
Yeah,
Never asked.
always
the first
wondered
thing
about
when
the
I go
ears.
on dates, it's always where are
Wait,
your
you're still
ear?
dating?
Well, before I met my wife.
Oh, before you. Okay.
Yeah, before I met her.
Got it.
But I don't have ears. I sense pressure changes like a snake or a bird.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, it's one of the perks, I suppose, of being from the fire dimension.
I will confess, I don't know a lot about the fourth dimension or fourth dimensional biology or culture.
Fire
really.
dimension.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's
We
either
like to think
or,
of
right?
ourselves as the
You get
fourth,
your-
though.
I think time is the fourth dimension.
Is it?
I mean, yeah.
I don't really know. I
don't know
saw
who's
Neil
number
deGrasse
them.
Tyson
Yeah,
talking
I don't
about
know.
it on like a
Who's-
on a YouTube.
I've often heard people. Well, I mean, you're the only one I've ever met, but you say the fourth. So maybe they've listed the dimensions in their own way, and to them,
Oh,
it's the fourth one.
That's interesting. I've always actually thought about that. Like, is alphabetical order the same in like Spanish?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Is alphabetical order like what does alphabetical order even mean in Russia?
Sure.
Right?
Really, what?
It's
Because
a good
I-
question.
at-
They have Cyrillic alphabet.
At the FedEx Kinkos that I work at,
Right.
like we have to like
and it is the
alphabetize,
Kinkos. I don't know if there's
like-
any more. I think that's the one.
Right, yeah, the last Kinkos.
Yeah.
Down on Vine. We have to alphabetize stuff, and thank God it's all in English.
Sure. Yeah. I think what do they say? Math is the only universal language. Where
It's true.
numbers are
That's
the
how I
same.
learned English, actually. When I first came to this dimension, all I could do was communicate with people, through numbers.
Plus, like universe,
And eating.
that's-
and,
universal implies this universe, right? And in other
Right.
dimensions, there are other universes, so it's
Sure.
even more than it's the only dimensional language, I guess.
I just have to count myself lucky that my dimension had the same form of mathematics. Different physics, obviously. Fire being and all.
Four sons, right?
Yeah, a lot of them. A lot of sons.
With your wife?
No. I see. I understand. Yeah. No, just one son with my wife right now. We'll see what the future holds for
Oh,
us.
you mean okay? I see. You mean like
Oh,
a
no,
burning
like-
star?
Sure, like
we're
orbiting.
getting off. Let me
Sorry, so
finish
yeah.
up. So
You said you didn't kill Superman.
I didn't kill Superman.
You've been
Dealing
So
with.
she left and she lawyered up.
So yeah,
Oh.
you've had to focus on.
that was her first.
That's a lot going
That's her
on.
first thing, huh?
Yeah, I
Give her
guess
some space.
she wasn't happy. She didn't want me to have custody.
Well, you guys had a sort of a unique.
Now, which son is that's
relationship.
a fireball or an
no,
actual?
no,
Okay,
he's just a regular.
got
human.
it. Have we talked about this before?
No,
All right.
Okay, well that sounds like. I mean, we don't want to.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you're going through that.
but I'll tell you what. There's a silver lining. There's a joke to this whole deal. You know.
Okay, happy ending maybe.
Turns out we were never actually married.
Huh. So, well, I guess I
So
always
when-
suspected
when
that she
I
was just sort of
received word
a
from her
prisoner.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Early last week, and he sent me articles of emancipation. Like a child that
Like-
wants to be emancipated from their
I'm very
their
familiar with
parents.
those types of documents. Sure.
Yeah, and being a notary, obviously.
Yes.
So it turns out, I had filed to adopt her.
You adopted your wife?
Yeah,
So it wasn't a marriage certificate. You were signing adoption.
I was signing adoption
adoption
papers.
I'm gonna just call it how I see it. That's pretty gross.
It's a very well. I got to tell you, it was a surprise to myself as well. And while obviously I didn't want to adopt her, apparently none of the marriage paperwork went through at all.
It was just all adoption.
All lost in the mail.
Well, buddy, in the future, any kind of important documents. That
I
you're
really
dealing
should
with,
bring it to you,
Just
Steven.
send them to me, and I'll
really do need
I'll
to bring
handle
it
it
to you
for you.
first.
Because you're a notary, right?
I'm a notary,
I
and
remember that.
also I have normal like flesh hands, and it's easier for
I
me to
think
deal
that was that's the basis of the problem.
with
I had
paper.
my tungsten gloves on, and unless I have a giant novelty pen,
Yeah.
So Steven,
it's just impossible for me to write anything.
Steven can help you with that. If you need to copy any of these documents, you can let me know because I can help with that too. So we can make this like a
we
real
can
team
double
endeavor.
Team this. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got tons of printing and copying equipment here, but also if we need
Well,
extra
I mean, it's
stuff
my
or-
livelihood, so I
right.
think
You're a professional. Sure.
Yeah.
No, that makes
Thank you.
sense. I'm just an amateur, and that I wouldn't. Yeah. So of course.
Well, okay, I guess it's on to me. I didn't kill Superman, and I'm sorry if I sound a little out of it. I kind of took on a big project this last
Now
week.
I remember last week. Now, Steven, you weren't here last week, so
I was not.
Let me fill you in. So we unexpectedly had the actual Michael Torrance here.
Yeah, John
Michael
found.
Torrance is he was.
Well,
the
it's my
gentleman-
ex-girlfriend's ex-boyfriend.
Right. Okay. Yes, and there'd been a series of, I guess, deaths that were questionable.
A lot of mysterious deaths.
and they were all Michael
I
Torrance.
can't believe we're still just pretending this. I mean, thank God it's over, and that like Michael Torrances don't seem to be disappearing anymore. But yes, mysteriously, Michael Torrances were dying.
Okay, I mean, I'm just, I'm
despite
with,
my
I hear you,
pleading
Jeff.
with my
It's
co-host.
very, very likely that Mr. Nefario and Supreme Leader had their hands involved.
Thank
in that.
you.
No, I've said that from the beginning, that it's very likely. We've yet to
no concrete
concretely
evidence.
point at it.
I don't see
That's,
it.
If I
that's
had
like
to-
saying like global warming may not exist, right? It's
If
like
I
you
had to
got-
bet money, I'd
I've
say
had
that they
people blame
definitely.
global warming on me.
I've seen Supreme Leader murder a number of people, and I can't imagine that he wasn't. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, okay, so
So, anyways, I took on this. It turns out the actual Michael Torrance is a bit of a jerk.
I was getting a little bit of a douchey vibe from
you
him.
guys.
Oh,
you
okay,
met him?
good. I thought you were taking kind of a
Oh,
shine.
right. So
Oh no, I liked him very much, but yeah, he is a bit of a douche.
So the actual the you guys had been allegedly murdering just random people who happened to be named Michael Torrance, but you guys had the
We had the actual one who was dating my ex-girlfriend. Long story short, I sort of bit off a little bit more than I could chew, and I tried to sink the continent of Australia into the ocean.
wow.
Now that's interesting. Is that because he had an Australian accent?
He certainly did. I wanted to sort of make him and everybody he knew and loved pay. And you know what? Honestly, even though I failed to do it because the equipment, and thank you so much for letting me borrow all that.
You're very welcome.
I'm sorry that I didn't return it quite in the condition you lent it to me, but
It was a lot of pieces. Yeah, that's
it's
okay. It's all
complicated.
right.
That is hard. That's unwieldy. It is. I see why you guys have to hire henchmen to operate these things because I was really out of my
So you
comfort
were
zone.
you were legitimately planning on.
I was
and no
standing on the
judgments.
coast of New Zealand, pointing these. What was it called?
It's a gravitron matrix.
Yeah, so I'm standing on the coast of New Zealand, pointing the gravitron matrix. Oh, I think I'm pointing it at Australia. It turns out I was pointing it backwards. Okay, and so I fired it straight into the ocean, which ended up just sort of sinking part of the ocean even deeper.
That'll happen.
Probably
That'll
some really significant impact
And
on
then the thing, oh yeah, the tides
the
are
ecosystem
all
and
messed
the-
up. And actually,
I'll bet
speaking
Atlantis
of global
is pretty
warming,
pissed off.
speaking of global warming, it actually dug a hole deep enough in the Earth's crust that all the rising tides are now actually lower because that water has to fill that hole.
Wow, sounds like you did a bit of a favor to coastal regions.
Yeah, so Miami and
Kind of the opposite
Might
of a
have-
supervillainous attempt.
yeah, it's pretty ironic.
Well-
Trust me, it's not lost on me. And Australia is actually bigger than ever now. It's actually got a couple more miles of coastline all around the whole continent.
Oh,
So-
the beachgoers are pretty excited.
I wonder if Aquaman had any sort of any opinions about that.
I
That's-
haven't heard from him.
Oh, you mean the watery douche?
Is
God, I
that
hate
is
that
that how you not a fan? Oh, I guess you guys are sort of polar. He's very.
He's always
wet.
trying to make shit wet.
Anyways,
Is that his thing? Well, I mean,
so I-
you typically pride yourself, Jeff, on kind of being kind of a normal human when compared to your,
Yeah,
your co-host,
and
and
that's
that's a pretty villainous
well, that's the thing that
act.
I really like. Once I saw what happened and
like
I
your
sort of
first step.
bungled this whole thing, I kind of got a hold of myself again. I was just like, oh my god, like what's going on, Jeff? Like what's going on inside of Jeff, you know? And
Yeah.
I really see how you guys can work yourselves up into this rage of wanting to destroy something. So like when I realized that Australia is, or like my Superman, right,
Yeah.
is basically Australia now.
Well,
And that, I mean, like, I'm still mad about it. I still want to sink it.
you're mad at the peoples and creatures and wildlife that
Flora, fauna, all
all
of
of it
Yeah, rocks and geology.
is suddenly that's you now the bane of your
Yeah,
existence.
and it's hard to explain. All right,
Because
just like it's
this-
hard for Mr. Nefario, Supreme Leader, really to articulate exactly why they hate Superman, in a convincing fashion. But
that's
and it's same
well-
for me for Australia. But like, you know what? It's just I have to do it, and like it's different than me trying to kill Superman because that's just me trying to accomplish something that
Of
I've
course,
set
yeah.
a goal to and I've made very
Yeah.
public. You know, like when you set a goal, make it public, make sure everybody knows so that they hold you accountable to it. So that's what people are doing. They're trying to hold me accountable to killing Superman, right? Like my mom checks in with me when like I hear from her. She's like, you know, are you doing okay? Are you doing better? Do you need me to send you money? Like what's going on?
Now,
And
how
then
does your mom feel about you wanting to kill Superman or having set
she's
that as a
like
goal?
she's just happy I have a goal. Just like my ex-girlfriend
She's very
hopefully will
encouraging,
be
very supportive.
when I hear from her.
Well, that's nice. That's sweet of her.
Anyway, so no, I did not kill Superman. That's all to
You
say.
didn't. Okay, and now you have a vendetta against an entire continent. Okay, no judgments. That's
I
fine.
appreciate your gumption here, Jeff. You know,
I actually, the missus and I have a trip planned to Australia, and so that's good to know. Maybe we should rethink that. if
I
you're
think you
still-
should, yeah. no matter what, even if I don't get to destroying it when you're supposed to be there, please don't support their economy.
Right.
Even though their beaches, like we mentioned, are more beautiful than ever, and the deepest beaches in the world, they're really
Mr.
incredible.
Nefario offered. He said he's got a vacation spot on the fourth dimension, but it just sounds terrible.
Yeah, I gotta say it's very nice for me. I don't know if it would be quite so nice for other people.
Yeah, I mean,
the average temperature is about 400 degrees Kelvin.
That was part of your pitch, and I thought, that seems a little.
Kelvin. That's like 100 degrees Celsius. 150 degrees Celsius. That's still pretty hot, I guess. It's not as hot as I thought it was going to be.
No. I mean, you can see I'm more or less comfortable.
Well, maybe you were picking a spot that you thought would be the least, like maybe from the fourth dimension perspective, that's a very cold climate.
I mean, that's like the North Pole of the fourth dimension.
Again,
I see.
I just want to mention, I know I seem like a guy who doesn't know a ton about science, but I just knew that Kelvin thing from another Neil deGrasse Tyson video that I was watching.
He is a smart man, that Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He really is a clever bunny.
I mean, it's the bar is pretty high for me with intelligence, just because I grew up with Supreme Leader, and that guy, wicked smart. That guy.
Do you think so?
Oh, I mean, some things he loses track of, but most, like he spoke 37 languages. We were talking about languages earlier when we were, I think 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, they say learn languages when you're young. That's when.
Yeah. No, he did. He did. He invented a few, I think. But like with
a lot of kids do.
Yeah, but his they now actually teach in certain classes.
There's some really unique syntax in some of his languages. Yeah.
Like a programming language.
Yeah.
Like coding, like for computers.
Oh yeah. How Unit 37 can do pretty much anything. It's written in one of Supreme Leader's
He's
languages.
programmed in Supreme Leader. Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's an AI. It's a learning
algorithm.
Yeah.
Something. I don't know.
Well, see, I don't even see. He can make robots. I can't even program the microwave. I need to get my wife to do it when.
Sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry.
honey.
Oh, hey there, June. How are you?
How you doing, love bug?
How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing really great. It's great to see you again.
Hello. Hi.
Good.
I'm Jeff.
Hi.
Nice to
meet
nice
you.
to meet
yeah,
you.
June Swanson Leader. So nice to meet you.
June.
Sorry, guys. So sorry
That's
to
a
interrupt.
beautiful name.
Steven, the gardeners here, we're working on the sprinklers. They're going to turn the water off for about 20, 30 minutes or so. So I just wanted to let you guys know in case anyone needs to tinkle or anything before we.
They're doing that right now?
Yeah. I called them in last minute. I had some time, and I can do most of it myself. I just got them kind of working on it. And Nancy's helping out too.
Guys getting some work done?
Just get it. Yeah, just fixing up some sprinklers. We had a little leak, so.
Well, okay. I just, so the guy is it the same guy who was here last time?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Okay, I don't want to be that guy. I just wasn't very pleased with
I'm doing most of the work. I really just
You're keeping an eye on it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty handy with things like that.
Yeah, I don't know why we're even hiring the guy. You do a great job.
Well, I like to support the local economy and stuff, and it's he's a local handyman. It just
can't we just maybe contribute to their union or something and then
yeah. I mean, but just mostly I'm just letting you guys know we're
maybe I
just
could take a look
gonna
at
turn the
some
water
if you-
off for just a couple minutes.
You guys need some help with something? I could.
we're in the middle. We're kind of I guess we're spending a lot of time. We're trying to kill Superman. I guess is the
right.
Yeah,
right,
Supreme Leader's always
Supreme's very, very into killing Superman, isn't he? He's been at that for years.
Yeah, and so we're going to cook up a plan to murder him, and so we need to focus on that.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But I don't like the idea of that guy getting his hands in my garden.
No. I got it.
Butchered it. Okay, just make sure you actually.
Well,
why don't we?
June,
why don't we call that off? Why don't you just stick? You guys mind if she?
No, please.
Oh, I
June,
don't want
why
to
don't you-
impose.
No.
June has.
no,
June,
that would be great.
she is a whiz. She has a lot of great ideas, a lot of great
Sweet.
perspectives
it sounds
on
like
things.
It would be great if we got finally like somebody
Wait,
that had a little bit of intelligence.
Let me
on
go.
this
I'll
podcast.
reschedule. We'll still help out the community. Let me go talk to the guy and just here. You're already mic'd?
Oh yeah, I'm mic'd. Yeah.
John? Did you?
Oh yeah, I saw her walk in, so I didn't want to be rude.
Is the gardener mic'd?
No, not the gardener's mic. I think Brody might have a mic though. Where'd he go, Brody? Yeah,
Why-
there he is.
Oh, John, you
John-
put a microphone on this dog, huh?
John,
Wait, again, I mean, we're in Steven's home. I just didn't want to be rude.
Well, I didn't know what the protocol was, so.
I appreciate his go-getterness.
I mean, I've always
it's thoughtful.
thought
Okay,
John does a
I'm
great
gonna
job.
go tell the guy not to worry about it, and you just stay here, hun.
Okay, sure, yeah. Mr. Nefario, how are you doing? It's so good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Now, June, you can call me by my first name.
Well, yeah, I know. Usually I just call you by your nickname, but
You have a first name?
Well, yeah, everybody has a first name.
Well, I mean, I guess I don't know how the fire dimension works. I guess with naming, but you were from Evanston. Yeah. What is your first name?
Well, it's Greg.
What? Your name's Greg? Greg Nefario?
Yeah, with 2 G's.
Yeah. Greg. Greg.
I'm sorry, 3 G's. Gregg.
You got 3 G's.
3 G's.
A full 60% of your first name is G's.
now I've heard that's a fire dimension thing. Is that right? There's a lot of consonants.
Yeah, a lot of
in the
consonants,
names
a lot of
there?
repetition. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
That's baffling to me. He'd call you Greg.
Did you know my full name? Yeah, I have a middle name too.
Of course I don't know your full. I didn't even know you had a first name.
I guess that's true. My full name, do you want to know what it is?
Yes, very much.
It's Greg Macropicide
Macropicide?
Nefario. Yeah.
Greg Macropicide?
Okay, sorry, I had to just take care of that.
Macropicide? What is that?
It's my middle name.
Did I miss something, honey?
Sounds
Or
like
what
Oh
are you
no,
doing?
we were just.
Sounds like a gardening thing. Go back out there and ask that gardener, Stephen, if
I
he
sent
uses
him-
Macropicide.
Well, see, that's why I never call him by his full name. I just call him Niffy.
Niffy?
Yeah.
Can I call you Niffy?
No.
Oh, all right.
It's just kind of a. We go way back,
Yeah,
you know.
Chilling.
So it's kind of a thing that we have.
June and I are friends.
Yeah.
We've been
They-
friends for so long.
They actually started their own side podcast. It's the two of them and 37, I think.
true.
One of the death bots that you guys.
You know,
And they-
I've
they-
been
they
trying to
discuss
improve
recipes.
my relationship with 37. I'm really creeped out by his level of intelligence. For a robot, I mean, you remember those muffins?
They're delicious.
It's unbelievable.
Mind blowing.
Oh, speaking of, honey, didn't you make? I could have sworn I smelled you were whipping up some of those lemon things you
Oh
do.
yeah, the lemon delights. I brought some in. You guys want some?
Oh, I love those
Oh
lemon
my God.
delights.
I'd love
You,
one.
oh,
May
Jeff,
I?
you're
Yeah,
gonna
please.
please.
Have some. Yeah, delicious.
Oh my God, these are so
And
amazing.
she,
God.
it's like no effort for her to make them.
This is
either. She just
incredible.
whips them
Well,
up.
it's no effort because
She
there's only
snaps her fingers and
there's
they're
only
there.
like 3 ingredients. It's I
You
call
are
it
quite the baker.
I call it cheat baking because it's just too easy, you know.
Oh my God. Speaking of, never mind. This is delicious. Do you cheat? Do you cheat a lot of things?
Oh, no. It's just, Niffy bakes too, and so we go back and forth with recipes a lot, and we do some complicated stuff. You know, we
Absolutely.
like to challenge ourselves, but every now and then you don't have the time. And I do have some time today, and I already baked, and I don't have my charity board meeting until about 2 hours from now, so I've got
Oh, yeah.
time.
You
But
know,
I
plenty
find
of
it hard to
time.
believe that you bake that much because your figure. I mean, you would not expect it from you. You were keeping it.
well, I go to
tight.
Pilates, and I do a lot. I like to stay busy. Stephen knows.
She's a looker.
I like to stay busy.
She does keep busy.
You're a lucky guy,
Oh,
Stephen.
very, very much so. Couldn't be happier.
It almost makes me think like, what do you, why are you married to this goon?
Oh,
right, June?
yeah. Sure. So how is killing Superman? Has anyone got him lately?
Not quite
Did
yet.
you guys already talk about that? Did I miss
I
that
think-
part?
No, I think what we're normally.
I'm trying to
well
sink
on the way.
Australia into the ocean.
Wow, that's
Yeah, I was
that's
going to say
ambitious.
we might need to reschedule or rethink our vacation plans.
Oh,
I
sure.
guess.
Do you have a timeline for that Australia thing? Do you,
It'll be done soon.
now, do you
I'm
mind
really
if we
making
do you mind
plans.
if we get our vacation in first?
I wouldn't do it. I mean, in fact, I wouldn't go on a vacation. You two should maybe take like a separate vacations someplace. Do you think that would be like fun? Like just sort of like a guys. You could have a guys' weekend, Stephen. Would that be fun? June, you can just sort of
June.
have just like a ladies'
Well,
day,
she's-
like a
you know,
spawn.
Oh, I do that. I have a once a month ladies book club, so I don't
Yeah,
have to
and then-
plan a separate thing for that.
Other than Mr. Nefario, June's pretty much my best friend, so I wouldn't want to go on a trip
Yeah.
without her.
We really enjoy each other's company, don't we, huh?
yeah.
Sweetness?
Oh, love bug. So,
All right, guys. Well,
so
I mean,
I feel like
we
we're
gotta get back
commandeering.
on
Let's
track
get
here.
back on topic here.
Steven, you said-
killing Superman.
You said that Supreme Leader sent you a recording.
Oh wow, we got way past it. Yes. Did we kill Superman this week? And apparently, Supreme Leader did make an effort. I guess from
good for
the
him.
Phantom Zone. I'm not sure how that's working. I haven't listened to it yet.
Would you want to play it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's do it live right here.
Domino's Allard, can I have your name, please, for the order?
My name is Superman.
Superman, like the guy that flies around in a cape?
Yes, that's right. I know what you're thinking. Why don't I just fly over and pick the pizza up myself? But I'm busy being a jerk.
Well, all right, Mr. Superman. What can I put on your pizza?
Well, I'd like pepperoni and kryptonite. Extra kryptonite. Like as much kryptonite as pretty much all the kryptonite you have, just put it on there. If it's, damn the charge, there'll be an extra tip for you.
Mr. Superman?
If it's mostly kryptonite.
Mr. Superman?
If you could just send the kryptonite, that'd be ideal.
I'm sorry, Mr. Superman. We don't carry precious minerals to put on pizzas. I mean, I can ask if somebody got somebody in the back, but...
What do you mean you don't have kryptonite?
Well, no, I mean, Superman,
This is... The kryptonite is crucial to the whole thing, so...
let me go talk to my manager, see if we got any in the back.
Get somebody on the phone, because this is important. I'm Superman, for crying out loud. You think I could get some kryptonite?
Yes, sir. Just a minute, sir. Hey, Cameron.
Yeah.
Cameron, we got any kryptonite for the pizzas?
Hey, what?
Kryptonite. We got a guy asking for kryptonite.
Kryptonite?
Kryptonite on his pizza with a pepperoni.
No, we don't got no kryptonite. Did you see it online, the pizza builder?
Oh, let me ask him. Excuse me, Mr. Superman, did you go ahead and see the pizza builder online there? You can use the Domino's app for it.
No, I don't.
Tell them to use the pizza builder.
You can use the pizza builder. They got all the different toppings on there.
I can't. My browser's not letting me. I can't go online, or I would have done that. Obviously, I wouldn't want to actually waste time. I'm Superman, okay? I'm busy.
Do you know about our pizza builder, sir?
No, I don't want to build a pizza or buy any. Just build. You build the pizza, please, and bring it to the Fortress of Solitude.
Well, I think it's hard. Our computer system, it's not as updated. We're in Allard, Canada. We gotta. It takes a long time for the different ingredients to get here. They might be in a box somewhere. We don't have much problem with refrigeration, though.
Okay, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Do you or do you not have kryptonite?
We're still trying to figure that out, Mr. Superman. Can I, should we perhaps, maybe we could go through all the other steps first and then we can see if we got kryptonite. Maybe I can add it on as a special order item or something like that.
Okay, it's just if you don't have kryptonite, we can axe this whole thing. Because I honestly, it's vital to my plan to kill myself.
Excuse me, Superman?
Don't worry. Look, what I want to do with the kryptonite is not your business, good sir. I have money, okay? I have a need. You are an establishment that is set up to fulfill that need, and I will be calling the Better Business Bureau.
Okay, sir, but we're a Canadian franchise.
Okay, you know what? What is your name, sir?
My name's Paul.
Paul. Okay, I have 2 questions for you, Paul.
Oh, yeah, sure, shoot.
1. Do you deliver to the Phantom Zone? Because I am actually a mite peckish.
I can check if we do. I'll bet that we got some kind of... Maybe I can Postmates it to you or something?
Okay, I'm going to take that as a no. That doesn't sound very confident.
Honestly, I'm not too confident about it.
Okay, 2. Where do you live, Paul?
Well, I'm one of the 74 people living in Allard, Canada.
Okay, fine. If there's only 74 of you, I'll just have to wipe all of you out then. I'll see you very soon, Paul. I don't know, a couple of weeks. I have to figure out how I'm going to get out of here first. But then I got to go see my brother because I left some stuff for him to do that I've got to check on. He's got to feed my pterodactyl, and then I'm supposed to meet his wife's book club or something, and I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry, Paul. I'm just stressed out. I'm in the Phantom Zone.
Well, a lot of us get depressed sometimes there, Mr. Superman.
Trying to kill Superman, so...
It's not that hard to just, just
Paul,
place an order.
Paul,
we got all kinds of different pizzas. We can do pan.
Paul,
we can do regular
I'm really
crust.
sorry. I am bushed. There's no night here. It's always daytime and...
Oh, you get the daylight all the time?
Yeah, you'd probably know a little bit about that.
A little something about that, sure.
It gets rough, and I fucking hate that guy. I'm sorry. Anyways, look, let's just nix this whole thing.
You want to cancel your order?
Yeah, just get some crazy bread on me. Put bill it to Superman.
We
and
actually,
enjoy
that's
it.
not us, sir. That's actually Little Caesars.
Oh,
we don't
come on!
We don't have one of those here in Allard.
Okay, you know what, Paul? Just forget it, okay? Just forget
You
the
want
whole...
to cancel the whole thing?
Forget the whole thing.
Well,
My name is Superman, and I'm an idiot who eats my own feces, and my cape smells like feet.
all right, sir. I'm going to hang up now, okay?
All right, bye, Paul.
Goodbye.
Well, what was that?
That was
Wow, that sounds just like
I-
Supreme.
I don't know why.
That is so something he would do, isn't it?
He
sure
submitted
is.
that as what? As a response to "Did you kill Superman?" He submitted just this rambling conversation he had with a
gotta tell ya.
Canadian pizza
You know,
chain employee.
I say
That was a
points for
blow.
creativity from the Phantom Zone is only so much you can do. You
that's
know?
very
so
kind of
it's-
you, June.
It's
Very
not-
kind.
He's had better plans, I think.
Well, yeah, sure, but he's under
Well,
a lot
yeah,
of
no, when
stress
you're-
there. I
you can
think.
When your hands are
Call-
tied.
If he can call a Domino's from the Phantom Zone, you'd think he'd be able to just call us and check in.
Well, that's a good
he,
point,
He
yeah.
sent me a drone. I don't know why he didn't
Seems
just
so
call.
elaborate.
Yeah, he could if he has access to a telephone.
He could have just called in.
He could have just sent the drone to the Domino's to pick up the pizza.
He could have sent a text that said, "No, I didn't kill Superman."
That is an excellent point.
There's a lot of next time we see Supreme Leader, we got to ask him about all this.
There
This
seems
is
to be a
bizarre.
cognitive dissonance
Yeah,
between
something-
his
They say geniuses
intentions and
are.
his.
that's why June,
one
when
step
you,
outside of
when you say
madness.
he's that smart, I don't know. He's
No, well, I'm saying, I don't know how to build a robot army or a giant Gila monster or
Or a abominable
reanimate the
chef.
dead or yeah, exactly. And so on some level, on a more macro level, maybe he is a certified genius. But then also there are, I feel, little
a
things
Looney
that
Tune,
But
that's
he
what it
gets
is.
lost in the day to day sometimes.
Yeah.
You know?
all right.
And so
It happens.
the pressures of trying to take over the world, I feel like not something any of us can relate to. I don't think Mr. Nefario even has ambitions of ruling the world necessarily.
No, it's okay. I'm already the president on several worlds in the fire dimension.
He's already got other worlds, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, okay. So none of us kill. Wow, we really we're not doing great with our time management, are we? So we did not kill Superman. We got that segment over and done with. I think normally now we
Unless
go.
you
on
did,
to-
Junie.
Oh
no,
that's
I-
an excellent point. Let's bring June in on this.
Gosh,
right?
I've been
She's here.
swamped this week. Now, I did not kill Superman. Now, I have to say right off the bat, I'm not the murdering type. I don't really support killing
You're funny.
anyone. Thank you. But here's an idea. Maybe you guys
Ooh,
could,
we'd love to
could
hear
put
it.
this into fruition.
Yeah.
Has anyone
she's
ever
the best.
tried just maybe permanently trapping Superman and then just sort of letting him?
Yeah, like a kryptonite
That's
cage or
so
something.
crazy you say
Yeah.
that.
I'll tell you,
You know,
we
I
have
just-
never, ever considered that.
We-
You know
we
what's
have been
so
trying
weird?
to get
I was thinking something very similar to that. That's so crazy. We're just like
Yeah.
on the same
Well, Steven and I
Brainwave.
have been trying to get Supreme to come over for Bridge Night for years, and he's always too busy trying to kill Superman. So I'm really,
Was
it's
that,
a selfish
is that what
reason.
he was talking about on
Yeah,
when
it's-
he was talking to the pizza guy? Something you asked him to do?
Right.
Was it the bridge? Was it Bridge?
I just am thinking, don't you think, Stephen, if we could get Superman trapped somewhere, it would take a lot of pressure off Supreme, and then he might be able to relax and kind of enjoy
I think
more
this is a great
things.
idea that we both thought up. And I think I think you and I maybe we should do this together. June, what do you think?
I mean,
Well-
I think she's more just kind of giving us ideas that
Yeah.
and really
I
when I
have
say
a
us,
very
I
full
mean
schedule.
the two of you can, because I'm not really probably going to be very hands-on.
I gotta tell you, I never ever considered not killing
I'd
Superman.
love to take point on this, June.
Well, honey, I think the thing is, honey, I think if they do trap him at that point, they would probably just kill him, right?
Well, yeah, sweetness.
But
I'm
you're breaking
saying,
it down into steps.
That's not up to me what they do once
Sure.
they trap him, but
Okay.
maybe as a starting point.
No, that's a good point.
To kind of
if you
permanently-
can trap him, then you can do what you will at that point. But if you get a good plan on trapping him, then the sky's the limit. At that
so
point.
smart. It's so smart.
She's the best.
Wow.
Well, before we get ahead of ourselves, why don't we? No emails this week. We have some special emails for the next time Supreme Leader's back with us. But we do have a couple of tweets this week. How'd you like to get into those?
Yeah, no, let's go
Yeah,
ahead
let's
and
hear
get
the
into
tweets.
those.
All right. So
Do
partial.
you tweet, June?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, what are you? I'll follow you.
Well, I'm a board member of a charity and it's the Metropolis Boys and Girls Club. Maybe you've heard it. Sorry to
At
shamelessly
Metropolis
plug
B&G.
on your
No,
show.
please.
Oh, please, where are the boys and girls?
Now they do a lot of great work, and we let the children kind of grow up to be whatever they want to be. So we have
that's
some,
awesome.
you
I
know,
wish I had that
some
sort of,
kids who
like-
want to be heroes and some kids who want to be villains. A little bit of everything. And
Any kids who want to be dream slaves?
no, I don't think we've gotten that yet. Now, is that something? Would you be interested in coming in and doing kind of like a presentation?
Like a presentation
for
on my
them?
fear engine.
You know, like a
idea?
career day.
Honey,
maybe.
I don't know. I mean,
Is this not the
I don't-
place?
Well, no,
Have you not talked to-
no.
I
You're
know
not,
you guys are
you're not
friends.
at a
Have you
place
not
at all. I
talked-
just don't know if you want
Have you
Mr.
talked to
Nefario
Mr.
talking to the kids.
Nefario's? Have you heard
It
about his fear
happened.
engine?
That incident was, prior to Stephen and I.
Mr. Nefario, he's very
Becoming
open about it.
friends.
He eats children
Oh,
is the thing,
oh.
and so I don't
Sure.
know if maybe that's
Now-
it might put a damper on
Yeah,
what you're
we'd have to
doing.
definitely get a special permission slip for
Yeah,
that one.
and so-
let me get back to you.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off
I'll
the
take a
air.
rain check.
Permission slip. God, you're funny.
All right, so today's first tweet of the week comes from, hey, a little plug for old Nefario here. Nefarious_F_A_N. Fan, for all those of you who aren't down with the spelling. Hashtag Mr. Nefario, you fire, son. I don't speak street.
Well, you
Is that a thing?
It
Oh,
means,
that's a compliment.
yeah, it means you're great.
see
There we
now.
go.
I'm so impressed with June because she knows the lingo the kids are using. I would have taken that literally and just thought it was a redundant observation.
I was thinking the same
Well,
thing.
Because
it's
you
probably
are-
kind of a play. You
Which
know, a
son
double
was that?
entendre.
You said
being
your fire
he's
son,
being
right?
clever.
Was it SON or SUN?
It
Because
was
we've had some.
SON, yeah.
Okay.
So he's not saying that you're
The
someone's son and
I
you're made
am
out of
a
fire, or
which is
that-
also true.
fire in this context just means like something positive, like generally.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
and this was
Like
not your
you're-
father.
He's a
No,
right.
no,
So he's
yes,
essentially
that's another-
saying
my
That's
father.
another slang, is what I'm saying.
Oh,
is that
gotcha.
it's fire and son
It's
is
not my-
also
Oh,
just
okay.
like friend.
So he's essentially just saying, keep up the good work. You're
Yeah.
doing kudos on you, good on you. You're doing a good job,
Yeah.
I guess.
Right, yeah.
Which is probably too many. Your fire sentence, a nice, concise, and
Yeah, they
like
restrict
June
your
pointed
I mean,
out.
you only get 140
June and I
characters,
know
right?
this, yeah,
So
because
it's- yeah.
we're big.
You guys are both tweeters, sure.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna DM you, June. I'm gonna find the Boys and Girls Club Metropolis.
Yeah, we do a lot of great charity work with them. So that's
All right, I'm scrolling through. Wow, it's pretty. You got some funny stuff on here. This is great.
Yeah.
All right, the next tweet comes from @partialman43. We love AJ, me and the scientists who made me. Hashtag not all humans are all human.
Oh, that's. I mean,
That's very nice.
How are things with AJ? You guys
How's
still
it going over there?
it's every day is sort of complicated, but
honey, do you remember I told you about this that sort
Yeah,
of
fill me
walking
in.
nightmare that I witnessed when I was here. I had a guest on the show, or I don't know. I think he was a
his
hostage.
name was
actually,
Jeff.
He
To
got-
separate him
yeah,
from me.
and
we said
he
was
got
hostage
he
Jeff.
got murdered.
got
Which
That's too bad.
torn
hap- yeah.
apart by this hyena.
And then
Oh, I love Hyena Man. Yeah,
Mad Hyena,
Mad Hyena.
ripped him up, I guess, and then he was reanimated, and he's just
Vulnerable Jeff.
a
So AJ.
walking mess now. He's got a lot.
reanimated, right?
I remember I was telling you he has like the octopus
He's got
Sure, it can
tentacles
get
and-
messy.
and the robot parts
yeah.
and
So you're not friends with him anymore?
no,
No,
so
he's my roommate.
now
Sure.
yeah, it was sort of forced upon him. The options were he could either be Jeff's roommate or they were going to just kill him because he was an abomination.
Yeah.
Sure.
And now they're living it. Last I talked to Jeff, they were living together. That's still the case.
Yep. He still doesn't pay rent. He still doesn't rinse out
Well,
his.
it's
cereal
got to be
bowl.
hard for him to get a job, I'd think, with the coyote ear and the tentacles and the.
you know, I
It's
have
hard
a
for him
pretty
to
big.
leave the apartment.
I have a pretty big network. You know, I know a couple people
Hey,
down that
there's
do the
an
local
idea.
Oh my
job
God,
Yeah.
fairs.
June, that would be amazing.
Yeah, let me
You
let
do
me
that?
call my friend.
She
yeah,
could help
Karen.
him with his resume.
Karen's
and-
really good at
Karen's a
getting
sweetheart.
like a headhunter.
Well, yeah, but she helps people with different needs get jobs. So
Oh,
maybe
that's
I could
amazing.
talk to her. Yeah, I'll
God,
talk to
you're
her.
just
yeah.
friends with just the most
I'll
amazing
see her
people.
today at the charity board.
Okay,
meeting,
yeah,
so.
she'll be there. Sure. Yeah, that's a great.
That's a great idea. Yeah,
that's-
AJ would really like that, and I would too, because he needs something to do.
If
He's
you guys are
getting-
ever looking for a fourth host, you should consider June here. I'm telling you, she's full of ideas.
I think that's a great
God,
idea.
If I had the time, huh?
Or what if we just start a different podcast? If
Oh,
you've
I
got
just-
a podcast
Well, she's
going
already.
with
She's
Full
doing
schedule.
one with.
Mr.
Yeah.
Nefario and
It's true,
37.
Yeah,
Well, okay. Well, we'll keep
the
we'll
great
keep that
fourth
idea on the
dimensional
back burner.
bake-off.
All right. Any more tweets?
Yeah, our last tweet of the day is a very interesting one. I think John must have alerted the fan base. Fallacious BIG
Fallacious?
Fallacious B.I.G. Probably a very small person. Anyway, it says, for Steve Leader, what was it like coming up with Supreme?
We got a tweet for a guest host that we didn't know was going to...
Was this maybe...
I'm going to guess that this is for the last time Steven was on.
Oh, okay.
we sort of ran... I guess there's like a random...
Yeah.
We probably got... We got this tweet a while ago, and you've been holding on to it.
That's right. Yeah, we got the tweet a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it'd be fun to throw it in there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he wouldn't be able to direct it. I'm not on the Twitters, and so.
We didn't actually give any contact info for you, Stephen.
Yeah, no. I'm pretty private, and I don't really. But
understandable.
No, so I'm sorry. What was the?
The question was, what was it like coming up with Supreme Leader? Like growing up with Supreme Leader.
I imagine everyone has that member in the family who's got that kind of mad scientist vibe to him, and I imagine it's pretty common, right? You guys all had that, someone in your home
Very common.
I actually didn't have any siblings.
No.
Oh, I have an evil twin sister, so we've always related on that.
Yeah.
That's
right.
What's
June,
her name?
I was going to ask you,
Her name's May.
Oh my God,
May
that's adorable.
How's she doing?
She's good. She's good. I haven't heard from her in a while. She's been, like they do, floating dimensions and murdering and things like that. But
I
she's
didn't know
very
May
ambitious.
was also doing the interdimensional travel thing.
She is. Yeah, she has been for a while now. She's hard to
She
keep
got
in touch
into that.
with.
Well, I
Does she
remember
have a
last
Twitter?
Christmas, Supreme got her own mother box as a gift. He was giving those out.
So now because she mostly when I first met June was telling me that May was kind of like a serial killer. Like she would she had like a very specific gimmick. I don't remember what it was.
I remember what was it? I can't remember
their
myself.
Toes off or something.
Yeah, she likes to start with little bits and then work her way into it. And I don't
She's
like
a twin.
to.
She's like your identical twin.
Identical twin, yeah.
Well, one night.
No, wait,
June,
wasn't that her name? Her name was Digital Witness, right? Because she would witness the digits being removed.
That sounds
Yeah.
That
right.
is so
yeah.
clever.
It's hard for me I don't follow a lot of her press or anything. It kind of makes me sad. So
Well,
I just
we
like
had-
to remember, the sister I grew up with. But the point being,
she married?
that.
Well, no, we have a restraining order because one night June came home and she was. I'm sorry, honey, if I'm embarrassing you.
It's fine.
She was feeling a little frisky, and it turns out it wasn't June; it was May,
Mm-hmm.
and she wanted to do some weird kind of foot play thing, which June I can say on the record is not into, if you don't mind me saying. And so I was a little perplexed, but I wanted to be supportive, and if she wanted to try something, we'll give
Good
it a
keeping in game. It's very important.
I
in a
almost
relationship.
lost a toe because then in walks actual real June. And
I was pretty ticked.
How
Yeah.
many
Pretty
times have you
peeved.
had sex with your wife's identical sister?
That's
Identical twin
let's
sister.
as far as I know,
Jeff.
zero.
That's a really inappropriate question.
I don't
I'm kind
think-
of uncomfortable
Yeah,
with you
Jeff,
asking.
come on. They opened up their home to us.
no, I don't.
It sounds like they opened up their marriage to their siblings.
Well, no,
Do you
that-
guys,
I
like,
think it
let's-
probably
That was like
was
an evil.
unintentional.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, she was
Wow, Jeff.
pretending to be. I had no idea it was actually May, and then
Okay,
the whole
he's
reason
telling me this story about coming home and just like almost sleeping with your sister, and I'm the one who gets
the whole reason I brought it up was just to, we relate
We've
on
all
the fact
got-
that
yeah,
we've
that was
got
one of
an
the
evil
reasons
sibling,
that we-
is that, that's one of the things
Yeah.
we've always
It's one
been
of the
able
things
to
that
bond.
brought you two together.
Exactly. Yeah. It makes our marriage, really extra supportive of each other because we both understand what it's like to come up with, and I think in you and your brother's case, it's similar to with my parents where, I was the favorite child and Stephen, he was very well loved by his parents, and I think maybe there's a bit of Supreme kind of feeling a little jealous there, and really wanting to go above and beyond to do something really special and
he was always
get the
looking for-
recognition that
yeah.
he wanted.
Let me
know?
ask you something. If you came home and Supreme Leader was laying in your bed,
well,
right?
we're not.
Well,
we're not
they're not
twins.
identical.
identical
They don't look
twins.
anything alike.
Also, Supreme has told me
All right, never
in
mind.
confidence that he really prefers to keep his lifted cape on.
Also,
Well, he
we sound
beds people.
We sound somewhat similar, but his
You think
word
you sound
choice and
similar?
a little bit, I think. But he
You should hear his
Well,
impression.
you guys know. No, actually, Jeff complimented my Supreme Leader impression last
so
time.
very good.
It's
It's
actually-
really
it's-
good.
Well, ever since
spot
he
on.
said that, I've not been able to. It's like you got in my head, man.
No,
and now
you
I
can
can't-
still do it. I've
No,
heard him do it. It's really
it sounds like well. It's
Why
like,
don't we all give it a try? I think that'd be a lot of fun.
We all
he's-
do like a
he's-
Supreme Leader impression.
He's gonna be so miffed. Okay, well,
What's he gonna do? He's in the Phantom Zone. Let's live a little.
it's your idea, Mr. Nefaria. Why don't you go ahead and do a?
I'm going to kill Superman.
Yeah, that's
It's kind of like him.
He does
Yeah.
always say that.
that's his
says that.
line.
That's definitely what
for
he
sure.
says.
That's the thing he said. Okay, yeah, that was a good effort.
All right,
Jeff, do you
He's
have one?
got kind of.
go.
Yeah. Okay. Kill Superman.
That's a little
All right.
Yeah, is that
Yeah.
okay? I mean,
Not
it's
too
like
bad. Yeah, not too
on the
bad.
path.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I see. I've not been able to. Here, I'll give it. I'll do my best. I'm going to kill Super. I'm
No,
sorry.
you
I can't-
had it. I think you had it.
You were very close.
to
Remember,
kill-
use
there
the
it was. That
diaphragm.
was a great
Use the
kill.
diaphragm.
I'm going to kill Super.
That's close. That's close.
Kill
No, it's more.
Superman.
June,
It's
how
more
about
like
you?
yeah. It's more like
Sorry, I brushed your leg there for a second. But what do you?
Okay,
what's
so
your
it's
impression?
like a.
Kill Superman.
There it is.
Wow,
Isn't
June,
she
that was
just-
Oh my
incredible.
God, that's
She's
amazing.
It's pretty good,
Incredible.
huh? Yeah.
That's really,
She
really
has
good.
such an ear for. And yeah, I'm
I
not.
bet you're
why?
a great
why
singer,
even,
huh?
That's why I didn't want to let her go first. Because why would we even bother after
Right.
she did it? 'Cause
Exactly.
Hers is so
well,
good.
yours is good too. Yours
Oh,
is very
thank
good.
you, sweet. I learned from the.
Do you
best.
like to sing?
Do I like to sing?
Well, you got a great set of pipes. A great
well,
set of lots of
I
stuff.
am part of the church choir, and I do sing open mic jazz on Wednesday nights.
Oh, where? I should go check it out.
It's at this
she's
little
phenomenal.
club, like the northern part of Metropolis. You
It's
know,
the one
little,
down Ash in North Metropolis.
Yeah, where that little jazz district is with
Sure.
the speakeasies and things like that. It's
Sure,
it's,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
tucked in there. I'll invite you to the next one. I
she's-
tweet about them sometimes.
Oh, that'd
so
be
you'll,
yeah.
you'll
Well, I'll
see.
find you tweet.
They
you tweet
love her
about it
down
from
there.
the Metropolis Boys and
No,
Girls
no,
Club.
from my home
Oh,
Twitter.
you do have your own Twitter. What's that? I should get
I'll
that
give it
one
to you
too.
later.
All
And
right.
maybe she doesn't want it on the air. That makes sense.
Totally fine here. Totally fine.
So just an anecdotal story, just to answer this. I feel like we went on a
Sorry, I
tangent
brushed
there.
your leg again. Sorry, June.
Just to acknowledge his question. Growing up, there was one time Supreme Leader and June's very right. He was always looking for attention, and we were on a field trip to the zoo, to the Metropolis Zoo, and he built some sort of contraptions or something, and he ended up having all of the animals there under his control, and he had sort of an animal art, like a menagerie army.
Sure,
and he
Like a Dr. Doolittle situation.
sort of, yeah,
Little
and
bit.
and some of them are, there's like rhinos and things there. Some of them are pretty
Yeah, it's a zoo.
dangerous, yeah, and caused a big kerfuffle. Shut down the whole field trip. There were gorillas and elephants blocking the school buses. We couldn't get out.
Oh, it sounds actually less like Dr. Doolittle, more like Jumanji.
Yeah, it was. Some children were trampled.
Oh God.
Yeah. But anyways, that's just one of the random stories. That's what it's like growing up with that guy. Is you never know what you're gonna get. It's always something interesting, something surprising coming around the corner.
Now, have you had the experience I had with May, where if someone crossed you growing up, then
Oh yeah.
they're very
Yeah.
loyal. Our
Yeah,
siblings.
that's
You know,
true.
they're
That's
they
one
are
thing.
evil, yes, but
Sure, but
very
he's
loyal.
very supportive and very loyal. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's the same thing. Last time I was in the air, I talked about how I think that's just something about supervillainy. If you earn their trust, then you've got a friend for life. Because Mr. Nefario killed and ate the neighbor's dog. You know
Sure.
that the Stevensons. We had a whole. That was a whole thing. Anyways, because the dog kept defecating in our yard, and we asked them repeatedly not to let them do that. But anyways, yeah. So that absolutely happened with Supreme Leader many times. If that's not true, because after what happened once, it wouldn't happen again. Someone bullied me
I
once.
did make a promise.
Yeah, no, there's yet to be a dog defecating in our lawn, and
That's
then
true.
I was bullied on the playground once, and then after that, that kid was turned into a giant ant monster, and then he ate his family, and
that's,
How old were you?
that's the end of it right there.
we were, I want to say 9.
You
Yeah.
were both 9, so
We
you
were both
are
9.
twins. So.
No,
if-
no. Me and the ant boy were 9.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
Supreme's what, 3 years older than
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
3
yeah,
years
yeah.
your senior?
So, the ant boy, he actually went on to have a pretty okay life.
Did he become Ant-Man?
No, you'd think he would maybe get into villainy or be a hero. Well, he ate his family, so.
It's true.
But after,
Probably more villainy. Yeah.
but after the
He became a
counseling,
fascinating research subject, as I recall.
Yeah, and then a professor.
Oh.
Yeah. He.
Philosophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to think about.
But
a lot to unpack in a life.
I think, therefore,
who knew what
I'm
his path could have been if.
Hey, I like that. Very
Right. Sure.
Niffy.
So yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Nefarious.
That is one of the things that June and I have in common. Villainous siblings who are very loyal, except for when they occasionally will try to cut their siblings' spouses' toes off.
All right, guys, we're a little late on the ad, and I apologize for that. But we got to pay the bills sometime today. This week we're sponsored by Airbnb, and here's a little ad for them. We'll be right back. Hey, Jeff.
Yes, Mr. Nefario?
You know, I was wondering, so you're often complaining about your low income and your multiple financial burden, but every time I see you, you smell great and your hair has this lustrous sheen and bounce. How are you able to stay so pleasantly fragrant and maintain that gorgeous crop on such a limited budget?
Well, thanks, Mr. Nefario. My secret is basketofbliss.com.
Basketofbliss.com?
That's right, basketofbliss.com. Surely you've noticed the outrageous prices of soap and shampoo these days?
Not really. I don't really use shampoo.
What?
Well, I don't have any hair, so I don't take too many trips down the shampoo aisle.
Right, but okay. No, we're doing the thing.
Uh-huh.
You just got to stick to that ad copy. Okay, for the sake of the sponsor, we need to stick to what they wrote. I know.
Sure thing.
Okay, John, where do you want us to pick this up?
Let's just take it from the outrageous prices line, okay?
Okay.
And rolling.
Surely you've noticed the outrageous prices of soap and shampoo these days.
Boy, have I. And they say I'm the crook.
Exactly. Well, with basketofbliss.com, you can get a basket of blissful shampoos, soaps, and scented lotions for men and women sent straight to your home every month, starting at only $10 a month.
Do they have any burn ointments?
What?
Well, I don't really have any use for like lotions as like a moisturizer, but we go through a lot of burn creams and ointments in my home because, you know, my wife, she's a human and I made a fire.
Yeah, I doubt it. I mean, do you not understand what we're doing here? I don't subscribe to this product. I've never even heard of this, okay? I might, because actually this sounds like not a bad deal, and I'm paying out the ass right now for shampoos that it's making my hair fall out, quite frankly. So maybe this will, I don't know, be a better turn. I don't currently use it stuff. We're just recording a commercial.
Sure, yeah.
Okay? It just seems like you keep interjecting your real life into it, and this is all make-believe, all right? We just need to read the script and written.
Sure. Got it.
Okay. John?
Yes.
Where should we?
Oh, let's just go right into Mr. Nefario's next line, okay?
Okay,
Just a minute. Okay, and we're rolling.
thank you. Okay, let's see. Only $10 a month? Someone at basketofbliss.com must have been hit by a hypno ray.
And they were. That's why with product code HypnoRay, you can get your first month of Basket of Bliss totally free. And they'll throw in some of their lavender scented conditioner.
But what if you prefer a different scent?
Nefario, it's you're gonna have to just let this go, man.
I mean, I'm not saying that lavender conditioner is bad. I'm just saying, like,
It doesn't matter. We've already discussed you're not gonna use these products.
so if I'm not the target audience, why am I doing the copy anyway?
I need somebody to bounce off of. And if you think I'm going to ask Supreme Leader to have to do this bullshit, I'm not. You're crazy, okay?
That's fair. He would probably be pretty bad at this too.
Yeah. All right, John. Did we get everything we need?
Actually,
You can just like sort of stitch this together in
well,
post.
I think maybe we can.
All right. Thanks, John.
That's basketofbliss.com. And now, back to the show. All right, we're back. So, you know, with all this discussion, June, having you here has been absolutely lovely, but
really
we're
has.
nearly out of time. I think that we should
That
maybe
just really flew by.
we should maybe brainstorm one or two solid ideas here, just to keep us on message.
That is the point, right?
June seems to be a wealth of them.
Well,
that
you know-
cage idea that she and I are developing together, that's a great one.
Sure. And there's another thing that, I've learned in a lot of my business classes and my, kind of personal endeavors,
do
which
keep
is
busy.
if you're going to do a big project, sometimes it helps to break it down into smaller steps. Now, have you guys tried maybe killing, sort of a B or C list superhero?
So, okay, yeah,
Sort of in
someone who's not
practice?
Interesting, actually.
Superman is sort of the king of
I
the
Kind of the
consider-
top dog,
Yeah,
So maybe you
sure.
want to kill some lower level kind of,
work your way up the chain.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll
tell you,
Maybe
we
get
did
some
get
practice in.
We got a tweet from a fella named the Blue who claimed to be Blue Beetle.
Oh, right.
He seems
Beetle.
like definitely a much more killable
Now I'm not
superhero.
Now Superman has brand recognition, right? Superman, you go anywhere, people know who
He
that
sure
guy
does,
is.
yeah.
Say the name,
Right.
Everyone
now,
knows.
Blue
who
Beetle,
he is.
I'm going to confess, and I apologize if I'm insulting the man. I have no idea. Is it a man, Blue Beetle? I guess that
he's
could
either
be-
a man or,
Or a beetle.
partially a beetle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It maybe is he an actual maybe he's like the ant boy I grew up
Do you
with.
think
'cause
he's
like
could he
an
be like
actual-
one of the Beatles, like I guess Paul McCartney or something? Ringo
sounds-
Starr. I guess those are the
possible.
only two left.
I feel,
I mean,
like
those are good.
I feel like I'd
Which
heard
do you
of
think
that.
is start
Who's
at?
the saddest Beatle? I guess it's Ringo.
Ringo.
So it's
Ringo.
could have been
Definitely
Ringo
Ringo.
Starr,
Could
Blue
be
Beetle.
Ringo. Yeah.
So you,
So we should kill Ringo Starr.
I think
That's
it's
not
definitely
bad.
a place to start.
That's not
at.
a bad place to start. It
We'll,
really
we'll
isn't.
get going. You know what, Jeff? I'm going to put you on this task.
I
We're
mean,
going to
I'm-
rebuild the graviton
June
matrix.
and I are kind of actually. I like this cage. Maybe we could put. Oh, June, what do you think about this idea? If we build this cage, you and I, just sort of like a couple weekends, knock it out, and then we'll put Ringo Starr in that cage.
Oh my gosh, Jeff, I cannot believe I didn't think of this earlier when I saw you. Now, you're single, right? You're not seeing anyone?
Yeah, no. What do you have in mind?
Totally available, right? Totally single?
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you? Why are you?
Perfect.
Looking
Now,
to,
I know this gal Mary, okay? And she's a little bit of a wild card. She dabbles in villainy from time to time. You guys would be perfect together. So I'm going to set you up, and then she can help you build the cage. This is going to be perfect. Don't you think?
Oh, I thought that
you've
was
met
our-
Mary,
that's sort of our
Stephen.
project.
Stephen,
Mary,
you've met
which
Mary, don't you think?
you have so many friends, hon. Which one was Mary? Was
Mary
she-
that's into the lasers.
Oh yeah. No.
Don't you think her and Jeff would be
sure,
perfect
I can
together?
see that.
June,
yeah.
I thought
Oh
the
my gosh.
cage was you and my. I'd love to meet
Well, I
this
just
girl,
don't
but
have
maybe she
time,
and I
Jeff.
could.
I just don't have time. But
She's
Mary,
very busy. Yeah.
Mary is gonna love this project. I'm gonna get on the phone with her as soon as we wrap up here. You guys are gonna love each other.
Okay.
Trust me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
That'd
John
be-
John probably has all of Jeff's information.
That sounds
Sure thing, I do. He's Party Time Jeff 68
Yep.
on.
Well, I followed her, so she knows my my handle.
Oh, good. Yeah, Party Time Jeff 68 on Twitter, and it's Party Time Jeff 67 on Instagram.
Yeah, 68 was taken on Instagram.
So I don't know if we've locked into Ringo Starr. I don't know if he's definitely the Blue Beetle or not.
I just think
but
it's a good place to investigate.
It might be, I guess, a good exercise.
I
for
really,
you
I
guys.
think that June's idea is a great one.
I
We
do
got to
too.
start smaller. Supreme Leader will come back. We'll have killed the Blue Beetle.
Exactly. Yeah.
or a beetle.
A beetle. I mean, we're gonna kill a beetle for sure.
Kill a Blue Beetle or a beetle will be dead by the time Supreme Leader gets back. Hopefully,
Absolutely.
And that's a good plan. You have a goal and a deadline, right? Because he's probably going to be out
A
within
couple of weeks
couple
at
weeks.
most.
Yeah,
But
would hope.
I really think that we knock this Blue Beetle character out. It's gonna give us the chutzpah. It's really
Right.
gonna
It'll
get
help
us
you, help your
gear.
confidence.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah,
And give you a
it'll
chance
be a
to
morale
really,
booster, yeah.
to really follow a plot through, a devious plot all the way through.
I just want to go on record as saying I will have nothing to do with killing Ringo Starr, and neither will June.
Oh yeah, we do
This
not
is-
condone murder.
Totally fine,
we
guys.
do not condone
Just
it or
spitballing.
support it.
But June, I really appreciate. That's really kind of you to set Jeff up with Mary. I mean, I think having somebody who's really Mary
Yeah.
with the lasers, right?
Exactly.
I
yeah.
think that Mary and Jeff, they could really come to. Jeff really wants
Niffy,
to.
wait till you meet Mary. You're gonna see her, and you're gonna be like, "That is the girl for
Now,
Jeff."
You
she
mentioned
uses the
Give it a
lasers for
shot.
well, it's not the way you're thinking. I think she uses the lasers for sculpting.
Interesting.
It's interesting. She does this like interpretive dance while the laser sculpts. It was
That's like
real.
a-
But she definitely has a dark side that I think Jeff would be into, since he kind of dabbles in villainy here and there, and I think they could
Yeah.
really relate
Yeah.
on that front. Yeah.
Yeah, well, villainy is a harsh. She
mean,
she shoplifts.
I'll meet her. Yeah. I mean, I could use. Yeah, sure. You know what? Why not?
Maybe she could help you fix my gravitron matrix.
If you're into laser
Oh, am I supposed to
sculpting
fix
and
that?
dancing,
I really am out of my element with that.
a Supreme Leader, I'm sure, can help out with.
He's
I
very
think-
familiar with
Yeah,
those
the
things.
Gravitron.
When he gets back,
whatever
yeah.
I'm sure he'll.
Because I really did a number to that, and I'm sorry, but
I accept your apology.
Niffy, don't leave today without me giving you my latest pie recipe. By the
God,
way,
June. Yeah, where do you come up with these? It's
By the way,
amazing.
I had this thought while we were sitting here talking about killing Superman, which again, I won't be a part of because I don't condone murder. But have you ever tried baking kryptonite into one of the pies?
That's a good idea.
And maybe you could send it to him under the guise of, a truce or something like
one
that.
of us tried to send a pizza pie.
Well, right. But, if you saw the pies that Nikki bakes,
maybe we won't rely on Domino's or some other place having the kryptonite.
Yeah,
We'll have the kryptonite
straight to the source.
ready to go. Yeah, and then that's a good idea.
Well, I've got plenty in the freezer now, so just let me know if you need to borrow any.
You've what?
I've got plenty of kryptonite in the freezer, so if you need to borrow any, just let me
You
know.
have a freezer full of kryptonite?
It's not full. It's a small amount, but it's double baggied in a Ziploc. I keep it in the freezer. It helps
Why-
just keep it fresh.
It's important to keep it fresh.
A lot of things to unpack here. Why do you have kryptonite? First of all, it's a rock. Why are you freezing it and like bagging
Well, it just keeps it fresh.
It's a rock. It's like salt.
Well, I
You can
think
just pour
she's
out
using
and
it
it'll
in.
be fresh.
She's using it in a different
But
capacity
second,
than maybe
why-
you're considering.
Can we get that kryptonite?
Yeah, I
Mr.
literally
Ferret?
just said, let me know if you need any.
Yeah, we'll
yeah,
take
I'll-
it all of it.
Let's
Sure.
grind some up.
We could-
Give me the mortar and pestle, and
We
Maybe
could knock
you guys
out
are gonna build the cage out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can even just against like a cheese grater sometimes is how I do it.
sure, yeah.
and
We
then
don't
just
even have
sprinkle
to
it
go
on
after
top.
Ringo Starr now. If we've got this much kryptonite, we can just go straight to Superman, and we could do. June, let me ask you something, okay? Let's say you met a guy who like had set a goal that was like extremely difficult, okay?
Sure.
And then he overcame all these obstacles to do that. Is that something that like would one make you go back with an ex, or two make you like leave a husband to like be with this guy if you weren't like formerly dating him? Like either of those situations, do you think would work?
Well, it's definitely something I'm attracted to because Steven had his own obstacles to overcome before we met, and that's
no,
one
but
of the things we've always related to.
I'm talking about something else.
Oh, well, your story made me think of sweetness
Yeah,
here,
but
my
I'm
loving
not talking
husband
about. I'm
Steven.
not talking about Steve. I'm talking about a different,
Thank you,
totally
Love
different
Bug.
person.
I'm not sure who you're talking about then because
I
I was
think
just
he's
hypothetical,
he's
just a
just
hypothetical
only
man
thinking
who's
of
not
mine.
your husband.
Yeah, I guess this is just
well,
like a.
we can argue hypotheticals all day. I'm just saying that's a really fantastic idea, June. I think I will take some kryptonite.
Absolutely.
Maybe make some muffins, cookies.
Sure.
Now, what do you think he would just go for?
Seems like a pie guy to me.
It really
doesn't
does
he?
seem like a
Yeah.
pie
Probably,
guy.
honey, one of those. What is it? Reddit or one of those things you're always on? There might be like a.
Like an all recipes.
Are there, no, I'm
Urban
saying,
Spoon.
are there any pictures of Superman enjoying any?
Like on Pinterest?
I
What's
just-
he
I've never
into?
seen him eat.
Does he have a recipe board on Pinterest?
I only see
There's
him
an idea.
saving the city. He's never eating.
I-
Right? Like
Yeah, I
there's
don't
no
know.
like pictures of it's him like holding up a building that's falling over,
Maybe,
not like sitting at a diner.
Okay, here's a thought. Now, I know I'm new to this Kill Superman ideas. Maybe, perhaps you organize some sort of benefit, like a Thank You Superman Day.
Subterfuge, I like it.
Yeah, June can get you in touch with some people. She
I know
knows a
all
lot
the right
of
people for that.
Yeah,
we
and
throw
then-
a lot of galas.
And it's just thank you. It's a Superman Appreciation Day. You have a parade, you have food, and if he doesn't show up, that's not going to look good for him and his. I don't know his image. I'm sure he'll show
Sure,
up, right?
sure.
He'll have
He's
a
a do-gooder.
cupcake.
He wants to keep doing good.
Cover of the Daily Planet is a picture of Superman eating a cupcake, and there you go. He's dead.
That's a great idea,
Oh,
Steven.
Steven,
I- you
I'm
know,
impressed.
Wow.
That's got like a little
just
tinge
kind
of
of
irony too. Like
really
Superman dies
impressed
at
with
like
you.
thank you. It's like his funeral.
Yeah.
It's like a wake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, just something to
I say
consider.
we try and put this into effect this week.
Again, June and I have nothing to do with this.
Do not condone murder.
Just trying to help you guys out with
June,
your
I may ask
project.
for your advice about flavors.
Oh, 100%.
I actually also. Do you have any allspice?
I have allspice. I've also been working with this Tahitian vanilla bean lately, which I love. So we'll get into that. We'll save that for our podcast.
Putting that on everything, and I'm not complaining.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
All right, guys. Well, I think that about wraps it up for us. Let's get in honor of our company motto. We're gonna do a Death to Superman on 3. Are we all ready for it?
Honey, real quick, didn't you?
I have a little surprise for you guys. Just a little. So I had Nancy. She's our house spot, and she just whipped these up real quick. These are little Death to Superman T-shirts for you guys. It's just
Are
like
you kidding?
just
Oh
a
my
little
God.
thank
Look
you,
at those.
for having
That's so
having
thoughtful of you.
the podcast here at our
Here,
house.
let me give you a hug.
Honey, there's only.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
Honey,
wow, your
did
hair
you?
smells
Yeah,
amazing.
I don't see one for
Excuse me,
John. I don't think she knew you were going to
Could you
be
guys
here,
make
buddy.
one?
Oh she's a flash with these things. So I'll get one for you just right away.
Well, why don't you
Don't
take
go
you?
out here.
I mean, Mr. Nefario, you can't really wear a shirt, right? You're made of fire. Why don't we just let?
I would prefer to keep mine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like a keeps, yeah, like a memory type.
It smells.
John-
Actually,
It's a
it
gift from a
smells like you.
friend.
John,
June.
I'm so sorry
This
about that.
t-shirt smells like
I'll
you.
have one made up for you just right away.
Oh, thank
Sorry
you so
about-
much, June.
sorry
That's
about
so
that,
kind of
John.
you.
Yeah, it smells just like you. I'm gonna sleep in this shirt. Thank you so much.
You do whatever you
all
need
right,
to do,
guys. Let's get a Death to Superman on 3, and with a renewed vigor, we've got new branding materials. We got these great T-shirts, thank you, June, and one of the I think really top notchiest of ideas. We're gonna put that into play this week. You, Jeff, myself. And I want to again thank the leader, Stephen Leader and June Swanson Leader, for all of your help.
Absolutely.
And
Happy to have you.
We really appreciate it.
Come by anytime.
All right, guys.
I think I will.
1, 2, 3.
Death to Australia.
Death to
Death to
Superman.
Oh, that's you went a different way with
And
it.
again, I don't condone murder.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Thank you, Jim.
Fuck you, Superman.
Hey folks, Engineer John here again. Remember, today's episode was brought to you by Basket of Bliss. Give them a try and let them know that we sent you. It would really help us out. Special thanks to Nick Robinson, Garrett Warner, Jody Grundon, and John Maynard. Our music is composed by Daniel Cloak and Kevin MacLeod.